Well, welcome to another speed build and review video. Look, here's the deal. In 2025, we've definitely seen some Lego trends. And one of those trends has been rising prices and honestly, in areas a bit of lackluster design. And it starts to get an AFOL wondering, are there other options out there? And the short answer to that question is yes. Meet the Fallingwater set by Adam Bricks. This 4,383 piece behemoth was designed by Adam Reed Tucker. Now, if that name sounds familiar to you, it should, because Adam Reed Tucker is the reason we have Lego architecture today. He partnered with Lego way back in the late 2000s to come up with, honestly, my favorite theme of all time.
Maybe the best thing ever.
Well, in 2019, that partnership ended and he started his own company, Adam Bricks. And this is their flagship set, Fallingwater. Now, for full transparency purposes, I will tell you this set was sent to me for free to build and review for Adam Bricks. Having said that, I do not have a partnership with this company. I am not endorsed by Adam Bricks in any way. So, unlike, say, a Lego Land member, I'm actually free to give you my complete unfiltered thoughts about this set. If there's positive, I'm gonna tell you positive. If there's negative, I'm gonna tell you negative. But having said that, what do you say let's open this thing up? And I cannot get over this box. It reminds me of the old school Lego architecture boxes that were really, really high quality cardboard, or something that you might get from a really expensive Technic set. You just don't see this in a lot of Lego sets anymore. So to get it from Adam Bricks, I think is a nice beginning touch. All right, it's initial reaction time. Let's see what we got. Oh, hello. Look at this. Fallingwater building tips and tricks. And a note, our mission is simple: to provide an educational experience for an array of subjects found throughout the world by bringing them to life right before your eyes. At your fingertips, you'll be empowered to recreate these subjects so you can take the subject with you and display it at home or in the office. I hope that you enjoy this unique building experience as much as I have enjoyed developing the concept behind it. Yours truly, Adam. That's a nice little touch. All right, let's see what we have in this package itself. And like I said, this is the first time. I have no idea what's in here. I just thought it was bricks. Oh. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. Oh my God. Wow. Okay. Unfiltered thought number one. I thought this was like a cool history book about Adam Bricks, or maybe about Fallingwater itself. This is the building manual. This thing's intense. Look at this guy. Oh my gosh, I have never seen a building manual like this before in my life. This is kind of blowing my mind. I'm not going to lie. That is really cool. Now, I think, honestly, some people might say something like this is overkill, and this definitely contributes to the 18-pound box that I was picking up. But that's just really cool. I'm kind of just overwhelmed at that. All right, another thing I think is important to note is when you are getting an Adam Bricks set, these bricks are smaller than a Lego building brick. So they are about 3/4 the size. So they're definitely smaller, not like nano bricks, but it is noticeable. Okay, so some more initial thoughts here. This opening is unlike any opening I've ever had with a Lego set. This was very professional and an impressive layout with not only the note, the tips, the building manual, but just all the bag layouts as well. Bags are not numbered, so I guess we will get into that and figure that out as we go. So
Ha! Foreshadowing.
Initial design is fantastic, but we will have to see if that holds true throughout the building process. Here's what I'm gonna do. I am going to speed build this. I'm gonna come in throughout, give my thoughts throughout the build, and then when it's all said and done, show you the final set and give you my final review. Enjoy.
One eternity later.
Okay, so one thing that I've learned already is that this is going to be an entirely different building experience. I had said earlier, the bags aren't numbered. Like, what am I going to do? Because I've been conditioned, probably like many building block creators out there, that bags come numbered so you can get right into the build. But it's by design. So on the back of one of the interior boxes, we have the tips and tricks. So get ready for one epic build, setting the tone, creating an environment that's free of distraction, playing your favorite music or movie maybe in the background, and then establish expectations. Here's the key. The part bags contained are intentionally unnumbered as they were during my childhood, which enabled me to learn about the color and shape differences as a result of the sorting process. Today's bags are typically numbered to help speed through the building process. And in this day and age, I feel like it's more important to slow down and take your time. Remember, it's not about the final display model. Yes, you'll get to enjoy that for the rest of your life, but the building experience is something you're going to be able to enjoy once, or I guess if you built it again, maybe. But it's always about the journey that takes us to that final destination. So I am admittedly a fast builder and, a little bit ADHD. So I'm really having to slow down, take in the experience, which is, again, very much a by design sort of thing. And I think for some people that might be hard. For me, it's definitely an adjustment so far, but not a bad adjustment, because I think Adam Bricks is right. I think sometimes in today's society, we go, go, go. So let's slow it down, sort a little bit. I don't have much table space, so I don't know how much more I can sort before I start building, but that will just be part of this process. So I'll keep you posted on how that's going to go. But having sorted, sortively, I think it's time to actually get into this build. For real this time, though. All right, well, about 1,000 or so pieces in and about 5 hours into this build, I have a firm foundation for Fallingwater. And I gotta tell you, so far, this has been such a unique building experience. You can tell the design process is there, like it's a well thought out design, but it's definitely a challenging build for sure. And I say that because I'm used to building Lego sets, probably like many of you are. So to take on something where the bricks are 3/4 the size of a regular Lego brick is just, it takes on a different perception. As well as there are different types of pieces. So in Lego, you have 1x6s, 1x8s, 1x10s, and it goes evenly. Well, with Atom bricks, you get 1x7s and 1x9s, which that may not seem like much, but when you're already dealing with a smaller brick, you really have to pay attention to the directions, or otherwise you are gonna mess up. But having said that though, I like the challenge. It's a very unique build. And I found myself also appreciative. They do include a little brick separator, but I will tell you it's a singular brick separator, where I think having a singular and a double might be nice in this particular instance. If I could make a suggestion to you, the viewer, it would be do this on a large dining room table and not on a small building filming table like I'm doing, because I would say so far my biggest disadvantage is just space for sorting. And I don't mind sorting the brick, I just have limited amount of space to do it. And so for a 4,000 plus piece set, that is proving to be a bit difficult. Other than that though, like I say, I am really excited for how this is coming together and excited to see what the next steps are in this build. So what do you say I quit yapping and get back to building? There we are. All right, step 468 of over 1,000. That is a good one. Fallingwater, 1936.
3 hours later.
Okay, so a little over 500 steps in, about halfway through the instruction manual, halfway through this build, and I thought I would show you a little preview of the foundation and where we are so far in the build. The foundation's been laid and it is really cool so far. You can see we've got the base, the basement level of the house starting to take shape, but mostly, like I say, everything has been landscaping or the stream and waterfall areas that go in front of the house. You might be wondering, how sturdy is this set? Well, take a look. One hand throwing it around. It's interesting because I think that's always a thing that people who normally build with, say, something like Lego, you always want to know, how is the clutch power? Well, I will tell you, I would say it's probably just a little bit less than the Lego Gold Standard, but this is where Adam Reed Tucker's design comes into play. The way he is overlapping the plate, it's just a really, really good, firm foundation, great design, great build so far. And the way it's built, like I say, it's super sturdy. So I am not worried about this thing coming apart at all. As far as the build itself, like I say, we're about a couple thousand pieces halfway through the build. And to me, so far, this has very much felt like going and getting a nice steak dinner. It's been a different, like a unique experience where when you get that prime rib, you take that bite and you just want to eat it fast because it's really great and tastes wonderful. But at the same time, you want to slow down and savor it because you know when you're done with it, it's going to be done forever. And that's kind of how I feel with this build. Very challenging to start off with, but once I got my sorting mechanism down, once I got used to how the build was going, used to the new instruction manual, it's just been a real pleasure to build. It's what the designer intended. Take your time, throw on a movie, throw on a show, and just sit back and enjoy the build process. So what I'm really excited for now is the foundation's done. That means it's time to start building the beautiful structure that is Fallingwater, as well as the surrounding forest. So what do you say? Should we get back into this thing and build ourselves a UNESCO heritage site? I think so.
Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time, feel the pain, live the grind, I could change, in my mind, pick a lane, commit and climb, the only way to win it life, I never miss, that's fact, taking big swings, hand to the bat, put me in the ring, you'll go out in a bag, cause I sing what I mean and I bring it to the mad light, ain't got time to kill, I got time to feel, I took the red pill, I know life's short so I wanna live real, but how's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel? They wanna say my name, but they holding back. They wanna say they hate, but they know it's cap. I ain't play no games, I just do that's fact. And I don't feel no shame, it's a mood you lack. I go crazy, nah, but I ain't lazy. Track after track, I work on the daily. Pass me the jack, right as fuel, got me hazy. About to unpack all these shit I've been chasing. I've got visions in my head, like memories after death. To be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread, with every word that I've said. How's it supposed to feel? How's it supposed to feel?
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Adam Brick's Fallingwater. Just soak it in. Look at this thing. Again, over 4,000 pieces. The scale to me is just about perfect. And it's a beautiful set. From the elevation changes of how the house nestles into what is that hillside, to the creek running through, to being just surrounded by a forest. It's gorgeous. I absolutely love the final look. I also love the house itself, and this is a great example of an interactive display. You've got the pin that comes out, and then each floor of the house comes off for a different set of discovery. Meaning you can see the bedrooms inside, you've got the next floor that's got a couple bedrooms as well as the master bedroom, and then at the bottom level, you've got a full living quarters complete with a dining room, breakfast area, couches, a fireplace, and even a little kitchen area. I will say one of the features that I absolutely love about this set are the stairs that go down to the creek. So these are actual stairs that Frank Lloyd Wright designed into the house. It was so the family could literally just walk down and be right in the river, swim around, get right back up and go in the house. It was such a cool little architectural feature that I love that they included it on this set. Now, I will say these stairs themselves, as far as the build go, it's probably one of the most fragile parts of this entire build. So I am careful when I put on the floor. But then to put the floor back on itself, it's just got a couple of little hold down pins per level. You just need to be careful not to knock down any trees. And then once you get the roof back on, the little pin goes right back in front and holds everything in place. I just love that design. And I love the fact of this is a house where it's not just an exterior build. Like, you have something to discover with each and every floor. It's a great representation of a wonderful home. Now let's talk about these trees really quick surrounding the forest, because if there's something that I think people could call a negative, that would be just the overall look of the trees. They are simple, someone might call formulaic. And honestly, this is another thing where I truly believe this is by design. This is more the concept of trees. It's the concept of a house nestled in a forest, and it's the representation of the forest around it. If you ever look at architectural blueprints, you can see the trees on the blueprints, but we're not spending a lot of time denoting the organic shape of the tree. We are just simply representing the tree. And that's what this entire set does. It is an architectural piece first. And I think that is an important thing to note if you are just a casual builder. But hey, I don't think any review of Fallingwater is complete though, unless we do one key comparison. And that, of course, is the comparison between the original Adam Reed Tucker design of 2010's Fallingwater. Yes, it does look dated. Yes, it does look way more simplified. But you have to understand, this is an iconic set for its day. It's one of the reasons Lego architecture is so popular. It paved the way for the sets you know and love today. And so please don't take anything away from what you see here. This set will always have a special place in my heart. And honestly, when we compare the two, yeah, it's a bit apples and oranges, but it's almost more like version 1.0 versus version 2.0. Like, you can tell this is a set by a designer that is starting off a theme, working within the confines of the greater Lego company and building something that is a representation of a wonderful location. This set is where the gloves have come off, where there's unlimited size, unlimited piece count, unlimited design potential. And this to me is really everything I'm sure Adam Reed Tucker wanted this set to be. And it's amazing what 15 years will do. But again, both fabulous, definitely both worth having in the collection. And again, I don't want you to think about it as is one better than the other. I think it's more accurate to say one is an evolution of the other. But definitely wanted to make sure I showed you this comparison between the smaller Lego architecture set versus the Adam Bricks version. So, having said all of that, am I converted? Well, I mean, I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to stop collecting Lego. I'm not going to stop loving Lego or being an AFOL or just having that be such an important component of my life. But what this set does is it truly opens my eyes to how many great companies out there that are doing wonderful things with building bricks, and some more so than others. I've really enjoyed the Adam Bricks build, and I am definitely going to check out other sets in the line. They have an Alamo that looks outstanding. There's a Sydney Harbor Bridge that just looks phenomenal. And they even have things that you're not going to find with Lego, like submarines or military type equipment. And so that might be something you could be interested in. Yeah, am I going to stop collecting Lego? Absolutely not. But am I going to do a better job at keeping my mind open to other possibilities? Yeah, and this set has really done that for me. So my recommendation to you is don't go out and buy this for like an 8-year-old. You know, an 8-year-old's not going to enjoy this. An 8-year-old, it's going to be probably, the build experience is probably going to be a little too tough for them, a little too tedious. This is a set that is meant for the adult builder, something where you could put on your bookshelf or maybe in your office at work. But if you are looking for a challenge, if you're looking for something different, a new experience, and you are a fan of architecture and just the design process itself, I really think you're gonna love this set, and I highly recommend it. And with that, I just wanna say I appreciate you so much for tagging along on this one, and make sure you go to Adam Bricks and check out these amazing sets. But until the next speed build and review, I'll catch you on the next one.